Wall Street has turned lower after a higher open. The Dow Jones Industrial Average and S&P 500 are off slightly, just down by minus 0.15%. Meanwhile, the Nasdaq Composite Index is nearly unchanged on the session. We are seeing a little bit of profit taking following the rally on Friday. Last Friday, the U.S. jobs report was released, and although it did show improvement, it is still not enough for the Fed to make a move to end its bond buying program. Meanwhile, in terms of today's positive momentum we saw right at the open, the S&P upwardly revised the U.S. sovereign credit rating to stable from negative. Meanwhile, in terms of overseas economic data releases, Japan's growth figures came in above expectations, but we did see some disappointment in terms of data out from China. And moving on to corporate news, we are seeing a little bit of merger Monday action. First and foremost, starting out with the pharmaceutical sector, AstraZeneca shares are up by about 0.25 percentage point. The company will be acquiring Pearl Therapeutics, a private U.S. drug company, for $1.15 billion. Meanwhile, sticking to mergers and acquisitions, IHS shares are up by 3%. The business information provider will be acquiring RL Polk in a $1.4 billion cash and stock deal. And McDonald's shares are higher, up by 1.5%. Global comparable same-store sales for the latest month came in higher than expected. Here in the U.S., in terms of sales, new menu options as well as focus on the dollar menu helped boost sales. Last but not least, in the tech sector, Apple will be holding its Worldwide Developers Conference in San Francisco today. The tech giant is expected to unwrap its new OS and possibly an internet radio service. Last but not least, over in the foreign exchange market, the U.S. currency is trading higher against the euro pound and the yen, and the euro dollar has broken below the 132 level in the New York session.